Thank you, Mr. President. May I firstly join Ms. Ratnam in expressing my thanks to Ms. Watts for her heartfelt and eloquent presentation and opening of this discussion. On behalf of my colleague, Ms. Payne, and myself, we pay our respects to the traditional owners of these lands and waters which have never been ceded. We are an ancient country. We are a home to an ancient sovereignty, the oldest continuous civilization in the world. For over 60,000 years, this nation's first people cared for this country, living harmoniously with nature in one of the harshest environments in the world. The Uluru Statement from the Heart speaks eloquently of this legacy. It states, "This sovereignty is a spiritual notion. It has never been ceded or extinguished and coexists with the sovereignty of the Crown. How could it be otherwise? That peoples possessed a land for 60 millennia and this sacred link disappears from world history is in merely the last 200 years. President, Australia is also a new country. My family migrated to this new country, this new Australia, to make a better life for themselves and for their families, like so many others have done and continue to do. Indeed, the areas that Ms. Payne and I represent, the Western Metro region and the Southeastern Metro region, with so many residents born overseas, epitomises this new Australia. Over the last 200 years, this new Australia has given much to those who have come here and achieved some extraordinary things that we can rightly be proud of. At the same time, this new Australia has done some terrible things, no more so than to our First Nations people. And we need to be clear-eyed and honest about the consequences of what our 200-year-old project has inflicted and continues to do to these people, these Australians, these First Australians. There is no greater moral challenge than to reconcile the first people of this ancient country with those of the new. I believe this country we all love will not be whole, will not be right, until the old and the new are one. The Uluru Statement from the Heart succinctly and powerfully articulates both the need for and the path to reconciliation of the old Australia with the new Australia. Constitutional recognition, the enshrinement of a voice, the telling of truths, and treaty. As a Victorian, I am genuinely proud of our state government and of this Parliament for commencing this process. It has been done with integrity and inclusion and without great fanfare. May it continue to be fruitful in achieving its stated aims. On October 14, we have the opportunity to commence this process nationally through recognition and voice. I would like to note, however, President, in the context of the activities that have been undertaken here in Victoria, that contrary to Mr. Davis's doomsday scenario, the fabric of our society here in Victoria is in fact not unravelling as a result of this process. Mr. Davis's contribution wallows in a swamp of paranoia and untruth. It is shameful fear-mongering. It is a conspiracy theory that makes the X-Files pale into insignificance. I do not intend, however, to wallow in this disgusting swamp of disinformation and fear-mongering. The Uluru Statement ends with the words, "We invite you to walk with us in a movement of the Australian people for a better future." And that is the spirit we should embrace, not a spirit of paranoia, not a spirit of fear-mongering. So I hope and I pray that the members of this chamber will take up this generous invitation to walk this path to a better future, a first step towards truly reconciling our past with our future. Thank you.